Hello and welcome back to the Creation Motivation channel. I'm back again and we're talking about just motivating things that help us in our everyday journey. We're talking about our overwhelming schedule today and how we can combat it. Overwhelming routines and being so used to getting things done at a certain time and having time to prepare our food, healthy everything. It's really essential when you think about it that we have this time to work out and fit time in our day to do these things. Otherwise, what happens? We end up quitting or we end up being frustrated and just giving up. So we wanted to go ahead and tackle that today and talk about it. And I will share tips that I found online and also that I have used personally in my own journey, because I am also on a weight loss journey. Unfortunately, I am a chronic yo-yo dieter, and that's just how things have been going for the past, I don't even know how many years. It's been since I was in middle school, I think, and that was quite a while ago. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So schedules, what is our schedule? A normal schedule every day, most people are used to the routine, whether they wake up a certain time, they get their breakfast, they eat at certain times of the day. If they're on a journey, they find time to fit in a workout or some kind of activity or get their steps in. It's just really essential, for losing weight to have some kind of plan and have the plan in action and not just hope and not just hope things will happen. So when our schedules change unexpectedly, that's when things could really hit the fan, as the saying goes. Examples of that would be, temporary changes, such as going on vacations or jury duty, just changing up your schedule or little things like that, which I think is easier to manage because you can go back to a certain normal at the end of the day or at the end of the week or at the end of this time period where this change is happening. Or there are, of course, more permanent changes. If you're a stay-at-home mom, your kids get out of school for the summer, everything has changed at that moment. Everything changes. I mean, for me, going through that is a big one. It has its pros and cons, and that's a thing you can do when your routine changes up like this, is you can weigh different pros and cons, and you can evaluate and change your times to fit in, like a little puzzle piece, or like Tetris, or just balancing, right? So when my kids are off of school for the summer, I have to really refocus and change the times that I work out. So normally I love to work out early in the morning, as early as possible. And that's just because I like to get the workout done. I like to feel confident for the whole day. Just getting one workout done can really change your day. It can influence all of your decisions throughout the day. And it's just proven mentally. It gives you benefits as far as endorphins, and you're helping you mentally and getting through a lot of hard feelings, whether you have a problem going on and you're trying to solve it in your mind. Working out is just a place where you can think, where you just have time for yourself to really solve things. But I'm rambling. I have other videos where I talk about that, and I don't want to get off track, which I tend to do, sorry. But as far as getting back on a new schedule, my kids were off for summer, and I just had to bump my workout time up. When they go back to school, it makes it a little more complicated because, I have to go and drop them off in the morning. The morning is the busiest time, so I have to kind of go a little later, which is a little irritating to me. It is. And anytime your schedule changes, especially if it's unexpectedly, you just get frustrated and you get this feeling of wanting to give up. And that's not what you got to do. You've got to tackle it as it goes. You have to manage your time a little bit better in that case. And that's where a lot of the main part of the advice given is that you just have to manage your time. It all comes down to that. A big one, a big schedule change that happens to almost everyone, hands down, is a new job, right? Especially if you're coming from staying home, going into a position is a huge change. It's just this big change. You spend hours a day in your job. It's usually 8 to 5, or if it's a night shift, it's 11 to 9 or something around those lines. And that can be really jarring for someone, especially coming off of having unlimited time to work out whenever you want. And when you're in a job, it's not like that anymore. You're dedicated to that job and you have to do it. So I'm going to share my own personal story regarding that. Several jobs, of course, but this one was a little bit more difficult just because it was a difficult position and it was a lot of hours as well. It was 40 hours a week, but also there would be random overtime shifts that would come up, and a lot of the times they'd be mandatory, and it was very stressful, to say the least. And that's something else. This all kind of revolves around stress. Almost all of the failures with any goal that you can think about, it revolves around stress, right? You get stressed out and you quit. You get frustrated, you don't have a plan of action, and there's nothing you can do, or it seems like there's nothing you can do, and you just up and quit. But we can't let that happen, right? Which is what I have done in the past. You've seen my track record. I've talked about my track record, my ups and downs. I lose the weight, I get frustrated, I stop, I gain it back. That's just how it is. And it doesn't have to be that way. And I'm working on it. And this time I'm pushing to get it permanently this time. But let me share this story with you before this gets too long. I took this position. Gonna call this company out, but it was a very, very stressful position to the point where we would have clients calling in. It was one of those inbound jobs, right? We had clients calling in and they were in tears, they were crying, they were upset, and it was our job to kind of pick up the pieces and help them feel better and find different solutions to their problems. It wasn't the higher-ups' job to do that, it was our jobs to do that. Unfortunately, that's just how most positions work. That's how most companies work, whether it's grocery store or, the angry customers get angry at the cashiers, not the higher ups. But that's another rant I'm not going to get into. I have this particular memory I want to share because it's just so relevant to this. There was a day where we had this mandatory early shift. I was not used to this. It was just this huge change, this huge jolt. I had to get up at 4 a.m. just to be able to get to work on time. Okay, I'm exaggerating, not 4, maybe like 4:35, because the shift started at 6 and I had a commute. So I did have to get up early. And I remember that day, like, you know how you have those memories that are unpleasant that you just remember so vividly because it was unpleasant? Well, this was one of them. It was a very vivid memory because I suffered from migraines. I suffered much more from them back then. I don't know why, maybe because I have medication for it now, but I really suffered from it bad back then, to the point where it would make me physically ill and, not to be graphic, but yes, vomiting. And that morning, it was a particularly bad one. It was one of those pounding ones, but I was just really stressed out by the fact I had to get up early, the headache, and I was just stressed. And I couldn't find time to work out beforehand because, it was already early and I was out. And I found myself just going straight to the gas station. Mind you, I did need gas. I needed to put gas in the car. But instead of just putting the gas, I went inside. And it was just robotic. It was automatic. I just started grabbing junk. I just started grabbing junk food, chips, cookies. I got several things. Even ice cream. Why would you need to eat an ice cream bar at 5 a.m? It's just not necessary. It's not necessary at all. And any of that junk, you don't need any of it at any time of day. It's just junk. It's just sugar. It's carbs. It's chemicals. It's whatever else they put in it because that stuff is addicting. I don't know what to tell you, but they put something in these foods that make it addicting. Maybe it's just the sugar and stuff, but you read the boxes and there's just chemical after chemical after chemical, and you don't know what it is, and you're just eating it, and you get addicted to it. And just giving in one time, it's bad. It's bad. It's to the point where the next day you want to do it again. So maybe I go to that gas station that one day just because I am in pain and it's the morning and I've got a headache. But just giving in that one time and eating all that stuff, the next day, the body's craving it again. It's that fast. And I did eventually get a better job after this one, but the damage had already been done because I let the stress get to me and it became a habit. I started going to drive-thrus every morning on the way because the stress and the thought of going to work was just so... I had to try to relieve that stress somehow. And instead of doing something healthy, right? Instead of doing something good for me, this is what I turned to. Okay, side tangent. When you watch 600 Pound Life, they always talk about how they want to eat to numb themselves or feel better when they're sad. And they even talk about getting food and they're celebrating a party or something like that, or they're just happy. So it made me think of that a little bit. But yeah, I got the bad habit and I started doing it every day. And when you're working, you get your own money. You don't care anymore. I'm going to spend this money. It's my money. Why not? And for that particular instance, but also all the other instances that I did it actually help? Did it actually help make me feel better and relieve the stress? Temporarily, yes, for about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, until the food hits your gut and you start digesting. And that day with the migraine, by the way, it was one of the worst days I've ever worked in my life. I felt better in the moment going to work, right? But the rest of the day, the headache amped up. It got much worse, and I'm sure the food actually did not help. It's like a fake help. It's like a placebo effect. It helps temporarily. I don't know why. There's probably science behind it, but migraines, whenever I have a migraine, if I eat something, I do feel better for like a moment, a couple minutes. But then as time goes on, it just gets really bad again. I end up throwing up everything or I just feel really bad the rest of the day. And even when I don't have a migraine, after eating or binge eating, eventually you just feel awful. You feel sluggish. You feel gross. You feel just down bad, right? And that's how it felt for me. It didn't really solve the problem. It didn't help me feel better in the long run. It was just a temporary fix. I compare it to addiction a lot because it has so many similarities to addiction. You just want a quick fix, but then you feel guilty after and you feel like a failure. It's terrible. And you just have to find a solution and you have to combat it. You have to fight it. It's like fighting an addiction in a way. And if you don't fight it, you're just going to cave and give in, right? So how do we fight it? First of all, the most important thing that I do now, that I practice now that I didn't practice before, is, preparing ahead. Preparing ahead is so important. And I have to admit, there are times when I'm lazy and I don't want to prepare ahead. But if you want to be successful in any goal of your life, whether you're losing weight, maintaining weight, trying to get a job, trying to do anything for your goal, you have to not be lazy. You have to make a plan and you have to plan ahead. It's so very, very important. So what do I mean by that? First of all, breathe. And so kind of try to breathe through it. Maybe take a walk, plan it out, and start planning ahead. Make a list of what you can do. If your schedule has changed dramatically, the time has changed dramatically, you got to figure out, when can I fit a workout in? For me, I got a better job, by the way, and I would fit in a walk at lunchtime. I could no longer work out in the mornings, but I would go at lunchtime. I'd go for a nice 40-minute walk. We had a 60-minute lunch, which is actually quite long. I've had other jobs where they're only 30 minutes. And in those cases, I couldn't really fit much in. You got to have at least 20 minutes to eat a nice, healthy, light meal. So I do like a 40-minute walk in the parking lot. I did not care. And when it comes down to your health and your journey, don't care if other people are watching you. That's just a little side note. Do not care. You're doing it for you. Think about the benefits you're going to feel. Think about when you start fitting into smaller jeans. Think about how your health is changing. You're getting your energy back. You're feeling better. Don't think about what these people are thinking. Yeah, they're maybe staring at you. Who cares? Do you care? Why do you care? This is your life. Little side tangent there. But yeah,
prepare ahead, fit it in. I used to do a 40-minute walk, and then I would eat a nice, light, smallish lunch. You don't have to have a huge lunch either. You can have a healthy, light lunch. You don't have to eat this huge combo from the fast food place. You can have, grapes and some lunch meat with some crackers, or a little bologna sandwich, or a turkey sandwich, or just something light, something to power you through the rest of your day. Now, unfortunately, if your lunch break is only 30 minutes, sorry, I just don't see how it could work. You could get maybe 10 minutes in. If that's the case, I would say another thing is you could put your workout right after work, which I have done as well in that particular scenario. So why do it after work? It's just so important. I'm going to tell you right now, because this has affected me. If I go home first after work, and I go home first to shower or something like that, guaranteed 70 to 80% chance that I'm just going to sit on my butt and get distracted. I'm going to get on my phone or get on the computer or turn the TV on, and I'm going to get distracted. An hour's going to go by, and I'm going to be like, it's getting late. I got to think about dinner, and I'm not going to go to the gym. Hands down, for sure. Immediately after work, preparing ahead, getting a gym bag, put it in your car with your gym clothes, your water bottle, all of that stuff ahead of time. Go straight to the gym after work. No excuses. No going home for anything. You go straight to the gym. 100% you're going to get that workout done. And that is what has worked for me in the past as well. Success, success, success. Don't give yourself the chance to say no. Don't give yourself the excuses, the option for excuses to say no and quit. So it's just so important to have that ready. And, if you don't have a gym, if you work out at home, don't go to your room. Go straight to your workout area. Change immediately to your gym clothes. That's what you got to do. Immediately change to your gym clothes. No excuses. No nothing. No stopping for anything. Just straight into the workout and get it done as soon as possible. This is what works for me. Not everyone is the same. I'm going to say that. But for me, this is just what has worked. Just making sure I get it done first before my brain even has the chance to think about it and say no. Just do it. Just get into it. Okay? I would much rather get 10 minutes into a workout and be like, oh, you know what? I got to pause. I have to do this. Than do it before, because at least I got those 10 minutes in, and that's going to power me to go back and finish that workout, because it's like, oh, I already did 10 minutes. I might as well finish it. Whereas if you go home and you're like, oh, I got to get this done, get that done first, you're going to be more likely to quit and say no. And I really apologize because this video is getting very long, but it's something I'm really passionate about, because this is just what I'm learning. Even now, I'm still learning ways to trick my mind to make these healthy habits permanent, because I've realized I'm not making them permanent. All of my life, I've been yo-yo dieting because I make these habits and then I don't follow through with them. I don't make them permanent. I don't push myself. I don't force myself like I should. But that's another rant. So another tip here as far as preparing ahead is the food, right? So you have your workouts, but you also got to plan ahead for your foods. When you get a new routine, a new job, a new schedule, you got to figure out how your food's going to work. You got to have time to cook your healthy food, right? Some people like to batch cook. I don't, but some people do, and they swear by it, and maybe someday I'll try it. But you got to have time to cook your healthy meals, because you can't be stuck out there without something healthy on hand. Otherwise, you're going to go to the drive-through, you're going to go to the fast food, you're going to go to something quick and easy, convenience store, 7-Eleven, or the grocery store, or whatever, and you're going to grab whatever is easy and quick and full of chemicals and sugar. That's just how it is. So at home, make something you really like, but is healthy, a nice salad, or a big old thing of grapes. I love frozen fruit. It's my passion. My kids got me into it. And I never thought about it until they started eating it. And I was like, maybe I should try it. And now I love it. It's just so easy to just take it and go and eat. And it's just great. So yes, plan ahead, get your food set. If you can't cook, try to purchase items at the grocery store that are healthy, that you can keep cool with a little cooler or an ice pack. Just anything you like that you're going to eat. that is healthy. Stick with it and have it available to you whenever you're hungry, because when those moments, when your hunger hits and you don't have anything on hand, you're going to go to the vending machine. You're going to go and get bad food. That's just a given. No matter what your schedule is, keep your check-in days in check. Make them mandatory and keep them there. What are check-in days? This is specifically in regards to weight loss, but you can apply it to other goals as well. Just days that you check in with your goal, whether it's weighing in or blogging. I love to blog. I am a huge fan of blogging. Blogging has become outdated, but I swear by blogging. It's every time I've lost weight, I've blogged. That's just hand in hand. They call it posting now. You can post, you can blog, you can vlog. Anything, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you the happiest, that's easiest for you. But just something that keeps you accountable, that holds you accountable. I always weigh in now every week. When I'm successful, I weigh in every week. Even when I'm maintaining. And I think that's just got to be a part of normal life if you want to maintain your weight. Or, a lot of people have very good metabolisms. They don't have to keep track of their weight. But that's not me. Everyone's different, like I said. So have a mandatory check-in day at least once a month. But I think once a month is too long, personally. I stick with once a week because that just keeps me on track. Even if I gain, I write it down. I sit with it. I live with it, and I move forward. That's just how it has to be. You have to get used to seeing a gain. Once you get used to it and you don't beat yourself up, you can focus on going past that gain and losing again. And that's so important for maintenance because you're never going to be perfect. A lot of people like to pretend that they are losing every week and they're perfect, but no, you've got to sit with it. You've got to be used to it. You've got to face it. Face that scale. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the scale. The scale is a tool. And yes, sometimes scales can break, unfortunately. And they can be wonky, but most of the time, if you have batteries and it's a nice newer scale, it's going to work. You've got to be comfortable with it and focus on it and go for it and keep going. And even if you're upset and sad that you gained weight, which has happened to me, you've got to live with it, take a walk, tell yourself it's going to be better next week and work on the next week. Don't give up. Don't beat yourself up too much. Just go with it. Okay? But you need to replace your triggers. What were my triggers? Going back to the beginning of the video, my commute, driving to work, being upset, not wanting to go and just being stressed out. And what I read online that you should do, and what I actually do now, is that instead of eating, replace it with something else, such as listening to a podcast or listening to vlogs or just listening headphones. I don't watch YouTube while I'm driving, but I love to listen. I love to listen to podcasts. I love to listen just to people talk. My favorite YouTube channels, sometimes they're just talking. So I'll be driving not to work per se, or just dropping my kids off or something, and instead of going to a drive-thru and eating something, I'll pop my headbuds in and listen to something motivating and inspiring, and it'll really help me. And it's just a nice little me time, a little part of my day that's just for me, and it's good mentally. It's just good. And if you are hungry, if you really need to have something, you can have a bag of grapes in the car, or you can have a big old cup of tea or a big jug of water, ice water, and sip on it while you're driving, especially if you're going on a long road trip. Have healthy things at hand and you will eat them. You will find your body will eat them. Even if they're healthy and not junk food, you're driving and you're hungry, you're going to get those healthy snacks and eat them. Guaranteed. And I shouldn't say this, but I call it my lazy side. I'm too lazy to go to the drive-thru today. I don't want to. I'm just going to eat what's in the car, what I brought. Use that. If it helps you, use that, right? So as far as vacations too, reevaluate and replace the triggers on vacation, such as a buffet. A lot of vacations have buffets, right? Try to replace it with something else. Maybe go out to a coffee shop instead. It's, you want to get your money's worth, and buffets are free. So if you do absolutely have to go, I understand that. I want to get my money's worth too, but try to get the fruit and stuff filling your plate first. And then if you really have to have those bad foods, get a little bite of each if you really have to try it. And if you really want more, go for seconds. But I go back to that lazy thing. I'm usually too lazy to go get seconds. So I'll get like a giant plate. Like, oh yeah, this is my seconds and firsts combined on one plate. And by the time I'm eating that first plate with all the healthy food on it, I'm usually full by then. And I won't really want to get up and get more. But, you know, everyone's different. So take the advice and tweak it to your own personal way. And I'm going to go ahead and end it here because I talked so much and this video is so very long. I'm going to try to cut it down as much as possible because I try to keep these 10 to 15 minutes and this is way over 20 minutes, but hopefully I can get it, you know, edited to where, you know, it's not me rambling too much. But this one was very passionate to me because a routine is a huge part of your day and it's a part of my day and stress and it's all these things wrapped into one. But coming off of that, I hope you implement these tips in your own life and you make good goal choices, do something small for yourself, even if it's a baby step. Everything adds up day by day. Even a ½ pound lost will add up over time. Don't beat yourself up for it. I know I have. But it all adds up and you will lose weight and you will get to your goal eventually. You just have to focus and keep going. So, have a great day. Happy goal getting, everyone. Enjoy your time.